And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates and the San Diego Padres. We have an absolute treat on tap today as two of the game's best pitchers go head-to-head, Singy.
Yeah, and when these two are on, it's nothing short of electric, Boog. Neither of them likes to give an inch. Fierce competitors that have been dominant all season long. Will be a legit pitching duel in this one.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about ready to go. And on the hill, Michael King.
Well, coming into this game, hitters are batting under 250 against this starting pitcher. So it just shows you how effective he's been. He's been able to move his pitches around, add and subtract, change up the look so that hitters don't get too comfortable and start squaring up the baseball. We'll see what he's got in this one.
He's got it. One away. Here's the Pirates lineup now. An offense that knows how to mash, Chris. Lots of power throughout the lineup. They're leading the league in homers right now.
Yeah, and I think when you're facing a team like this, pitchers coming in, they see the stats. They end up trying to nibble, trying to work on the edges, trying to expand the zone. And so I think the key, if these hitters...
Oh, gets dirty to first. It's there, and that's a great play.
We saw a few skills on display there for the out. Technique was great, reaction time was there, and the slide was smooth. Watching that play come together was really fun.
On the ground, Song. Over to first, and they go down fast. 3 outs on 3 pitches. And we're back. And on the hill in this one, Braxton Ash. What do you have on him, Chris?
Well, he's putting together a really nice season on the mound. ERA in the low 3s. Very respectable when you consider guys are looking to do damage. They're not trying to just walk and hit singles. They're trying to hit homers and draw walks and score runs. So when you have a guy that can limit the other team from scoring more than a few runs, that's really tough to beat game in and game out.
Jackson Merrill in the box now. No balls and a strike. Bogarts aboard here at first with nobody out. Curveball drops in there.
Well, he's gotten ahead with 2 pitches down in the zone. He has plenty of options right here. He can go up, he can go away.
Horowitz. And he handles it himself for the out. Here comes Manny Machado.
Third baseman, Manny.
Swings through that one for strike 1.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
Steps on first for the out. You know, you translate on base percentage, it's basically this. Teams that have a high on base percentage, they don't make outs at a very high rate. As my buddy Joe Sheehan says, OBP is life. Fernando Tatis Jr. at the plate with 2 away, swings through that one. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
No ball, 2 strike.
And there's a ball. 2 outs and a runner at third here in the second game of the series. Sets him down looking. That was pretty nasty.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
Back here at Petco Park, all set for the start of the inning. Now here is Brandon Lau. King back to work. On the ground, right side. Safe at first as they can't make the play. And it's going to wind up out of play.
Well, that was a throw that just shouldn't have been made. They scored a single and an error, so the official scorer doesn't believe a good throw would have gotten an out, and neither do I. We can't hear it from up here, but I wonder if anyone was telling him just to eat the throw. You know, that's where communication on the infield can sometimes help out a ton.
Line drive. Merrill makes the catch, and there's one gone. King with a stellar run lately on the mound, really carving up lineups. Up next for the Pirates, Spencer Horowitz.
He's done a great job making contact recently. Can make it a 5-game hitting streak with a knock in this one.
Fouled off. He was late.
Some pitchers can go out there and rip off a month or 2 of incredible starts. And right now, it looks like he's in one of those grooves. Really fun to watch.
Next offering is fouled back.
This guy at the dish excels in 2-strike counts. Got to be careful with him out there on the mound.
To the right side, Song. Sends it to first. That's a very athletic play.
This lineup's going to have to find a way to make him work a little harder out there on the mound. I mean, he is just mowing them down. He's settling in. You got to make him uncomfortable. Maybe step out of the box, call timeout, do whatever it takes.
Hit in the air, right field. Tatis after it. Brings it in, and that'll do it. Bottom of the inning. So digging in, Nick Gonzalez.
Seems like he's making contact with everything lately. Working on a 5-game hitting streak.
Swing and a miss as he was out front that time.
You know, these Pirates, as you probably noticed, haven't been shy at the plate at all. In fact, they've probably been too aggressive at times. The numbers tell us they're swinging at the first pitch more than 90% of the time. And that's an extremely high number, especially when you're not getting results, Boog.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Now the throw to first on the run. And it beats him. What a play. This is Joey Bart. Homered last night. Added another hit as well. Up the middle, and he knocks it down. And he'll be safe at first.
The batter, the center fielder, O'Neill.
Here's O'Neill Cruz. He's 0 for 1. Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
1 strike.
Pounding ball here, rolls foul. Struck him out without a swing. Called strike 3 and a fastball up in the zone. Marcell Ozuna coming up to hit. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. Swing and a miss. Ugly swing right there.
Well, strike 1 is so critical in a bat like this with a real threat at the plate looking to do damage.
That one off the mark. Ball 1. Right through there for a strike.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
The 1-2. Swings and sends a rocket to right. Tatis makes the play, and that is that. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well.
Xander Bogart.
That one finds the zone. It's 0-1. And a foul ball. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Brian Reynolds.
And that one hammered. That's back there. Onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Man, he hammered that one to center. I thought it was out of here, but Wynn just absolutely killed it.
And now it's Brandon Lowe. Scoreless here, but now he's got to deal with a guy who's got some power. Got to be careful when you're talking about a hitter with this type of slug and these type of home run totals. And he grounds one to the right side. Throw over to Cronenworth. Lowe out on the play. Now the left fielder, Justin Garcia. He's 0 for 1. And it's fouled away. Next offering upstairs. 2 out, space is empty. Drilled in the air out towards right center. Merrill makes the grab on the run. Ready to go, bottom 4. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. King back to work. Hard ground ball, base knock. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Everything came together for him. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time. Good.
Oh my God, I was playing on minors and I was struggling.
Good balanced approach and just blasted it through the infield.
At the plate, Jared Triolo. Not even close there. 1-0.
Boog, the runner at first needs to be careful right here. He's dealing with a pickoff artist on the mound.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time. And a 1-1. Late swing, fouled off. Horwitz gets his lead at first, nobody out. Swings and misses, struck him out. Nick Gonzalez, the next Pirate to hit, grounded out his first time.
Gonzalez.
Missed with a changeup, ball 1. Man at first, 1 away. Ground ball to the right side and foul ball. Here's a 1-2. That's down and in. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him in the scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's Nicholas Castellanos.
Castellanos.
Ripped to short. Slings to first, and Castellanos is out.
Now batting, number 26.
Here's the second baseman, Song. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Nice curveball for a strike.
These hitters are going to have to find a way to be a little more patient, see more pitches per at bat. Otherwise, that bullpen's not going to have to work over there, and it's going to be advantage pitching all game long.
He goes down looking. So digging in now for San Diego, Freddie Fermin. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
1 strike.
Ball 1 there. Line drive. Gonzalez slings it across, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing doing there for the Friars, and we're still knotted at 0. Back here in San Diego, and now O'Neal Cruz. He was late there, strike 1.
Well, Boog, I know it's obvious, but you just can't miss Cruz when he's on the field. I've never seen a player like him. I mean, he's 6'7", weighs 220 pounds, and is the tallest shortstop in the history of Major League Baseball. That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swing and a ground ball. Tosses to first. Leadoff man retired in the 6th. Here comes Ozuna up to the plate. 0 for 2 in this one. Hard ground ball, base knock. So a man aboard now with one away.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Reynolds, the next to hit, takes low for a ball. Swing and a miss. And a count 1-1.
One ball, one strike.
On the ground to third. Machado fired to second. Double play. What a clean killing to end the inning. And we're back. Well, one-run game at the plate for Pittsburgh. Brandon Lowe, 1 for 2. Ground ball right side. Throw over to Cronenworth. Lowe out on the play.
If you want to be a great defense, you have to deliver consistently. It doesn't matter how many highlight reel plays you make if you can't execute the small stuff, just like we saw.
There's a swing and a miss.
No ball, one strike.
Looking to get the tying run on base. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. And there's 2 away. Now the batter now, Spencer Horwitz. Just missed.
He's been going after these guys consistently, and as a result, he's been able to keep his pitch count low, throwing the ball very well right now.
Swing and a miss. And the count even 1-1.
Just an outstanding job of spinning the baseball, moving it around, doing what he does.
No, that's a ball.
Holding on to a 1-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. Swing and a miss as he was late.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Right side, hard hit. Cronenworth takes it to the bag, and the Pirates go 1-2-3. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
Now pitching for the Padres.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Jason Adam.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. And it's 1-1.
It's getting squeezed a little bit here late.
The 1-1 is fouled off. And down on strikes. And that's the first out.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch to stay on. You don't want to get beat inside. And as you see that pitch continue to run away from you, by the time it's in the catcher's mitt, you think it's a ball off the plate away.
Gonzalez in the box again, takes a strike.
Well, in this one, the offense has sputtered. Somebody's got to find a way to get on, keep the line moving, and manufacture at least 1 run. Then maybe you get 2 or 3.
Kicks and deals. This one in the air, right field. Tatis tracks it down for the out.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Bart stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball.
Huh. 1-1.
Late with the swing there.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
On the ground, and that chance handled. Tosses to first, and that'll do it. Nothing. On to the bottom of the 8th, and now Carmen Majinski.
Now pitching for the Padres,
Mason Miller on to try and close it out.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
Cruz leading things off and takes a strike. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
They just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Swings and misses, and a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th.
Well, I'd definitely say that's a statement strikeout right there. You come out of the bullpen, go right after the hitters, and 3 pitches later, you got 1 out. I'll tell you what, if you're in the dugout, you're looking at each other and saying, he's going to be tough to get to today.
Out to center. Merrill has this one sized up. And puts the squeeze on that one. And there's 2 down. So they're down to their final out. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Brian Reynolds. That one at triple digits.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days. You would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. So hard to play catch-up.
Miller is just 1 strike away. And that one upstairs, ball 1.
I don't think he was trying to miss by that much in an 0-2 count. Just tried to overthrow that pitch.
Got him, and that's the ball game.
A win on the last day of the month. You close it out with the W, but you want to carry that momentum.
I got robbed right here. Don't want to
Hello from Petco Park in beautiful downtown San Diego. Today, the finale of this three-game weekend set. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates and the San Diego Padres. And this is the rubber match.
And these games can really shape your season, Boog. You always want to come through when you have a chance to win a series. That'll boost confidence amongst the entire organization.
First pitch coming your way next. Here's O'Neal Cruz.
Leading off the afternoon for Pittsburgh, the center fielder, O'Neal Cruz.
Little chopper rolls foul. And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball one.
Ball, that's down.
And that one missing low. Fouls one away, and now 3-2. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Gets to it on the first. In time to get him. One away in the strikeout.
Well, that's pretty much the dream two-strike curveball. If you're the pitcher, hard downward break at the very end that just dips below the swing path. And they say pitchers want to try to bounce that pitch right on top of the plate. So that was exactly what he was looking for on the mound.
Fires the first in time. We take a check of the Pirates lineup put together by manager Derek Shelton. This is a ball club that can really slug. Lots of homers, lots of extra base hits. And, Chris, that, of course, a huge part of success in the standings for this group.
Well, if you're going to be successful in today's game, you've got to be able to hit the ball over the fence. Just defensively, very hard to find the holes. And when you're talking about guys coming out of the bullpen, throwing 95 and above, very difficult. It's hard to string together 2, 3, 4 hits to score those runs. So definitely critical to hit the...
A swing and a miss. That retires the side. And that'll do it. And 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates. And now the Padres get their first opportunity in a scoreless. Back here with my pal Singy. And today's starting pitcher, Bubba Chandler. And Chris, pitching on the road has not been particularly kind to him.
Yeah, and you don't want to be too quick to say that he can't pitch on the road. Sometimes, it's just a matter of luck. It's not having a feel. Difference between the bullpen mound to the mound out there on the playing field. Don't know what it is, but I know this. He's got good enough stuff to overcome and get it done on the road as well as at home. So we'll see what he's able to do in this one.
Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. So a man on base to start the inning.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line.
In the dirt, blocked. Next offering is in for a strike.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best...
Bogart's on the go. Swing and a miss. Throw there. Save. And it's even up.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Power is such a big part of the success that we see with the good teams in the league right now and even in the postseason. And now it's Manny Machado. Right side. Reaching for it. Makes the catch. Now it's Fernando Tatis Jr.
The right fielder, Fernando Tatis Jr.
Yeah.
Well, he left that changeup off. got away with one there, and he'll take it, but doesn't want to make that mistake again.
And he hits a ground ball right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. San Diego, we played an inning, no score. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now the first baseman, Spencer Horwitz. Swing and a high fly ball right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone.
Say goodbye, Rhino.
That'll fire up the dugout. His first homer of the year, and the Pirates take the lead. It's 1-0. He sent the first pitch over the wall.
Must have dinner reservations because he wasn't wasting any time at the plate in that at bat. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
So next to the plate for Pittsburgh, Valdez. Fought off foul.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
That one missed. A little out front there as he swings through it.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Bounce to the left side. Handled by Machado. 1 out in the second. So up next, Jared Triolo. Pitch misses.
Ball 1, no strike.
And that is ball 1. Pivetta certainly has electric stuff, considered by many to be a strikeout pitcher. He might not be at the top level in that category, but strikeout's a big part of his game.
And he doesn't beat himself. I mean, he's going to throw strikes. He's not going to issue many free passes, and he's going to keep the ball in the ballpark.
So a man at first. Up next for the Pirates, Connor Griffin. In there at the knees. That's strike 1.
So when you look at that, he's not completely preventing guys from hitting home runs, but he's so consistent that you look up. By the time he gives the ball over, it's the 6th or 7th inning, and there's 1 or 2 runs on the board at most.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Just overmatched on that fastball right there, and it wasn't like he was set up for it by something off speed earlier in the at-bat. Just came right after him with 3 straight, and he had no answer for it.
And that is out of play. Triolo leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. 1 in the inning for the Pirates on this solo homer. It's now 1-0. It's Major League Baseball. Back here at Petco Park. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far.
Joey Bucks.
Pivetta back to work.
Hey.
Right through there for a strike.
Quickly down 0-2 in the count. I think you got to choke up a little bit, spread out the feet. You don't know what the velocity or the location of this next pitch is going to be.
Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. And it beats him for the first out after the drop 3rd strike. O'Neill Cruz, the next Pirate to hit. 0 for 1 so far. That one ripped, but foul. Inside. No. 1-1. 1 out, base is empty. And a swing and a miss.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. No messing around with the pitch calling in that sequence right there. 4 pitches, all fastballs.
Yeah, and that makes me think that was the plan before the at-bat even started. If you think you can simply just beat a guy with only your fastball, why throw him anything else until he shows you he can handle it?
Center field. Song brings it in for the 3rd out. Here for Pittsburgh. Fly ball pretty well struck right field. Tatis ranging back. Pulls it in on the warning track. So here's the cleanup hitter, Spencer Horwitz. He's already homered here in this one. And that's through there for a strike. And it's 0-1. Horwitz in his 3rd season, 27 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. And that's a base hit, so they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. So, Singy, let's dive into the numbers, courtesy of StatCast. Do you even feel contact being made when you hit a ball that hard?
No, I don't think so, Boog. I mean, that's just the best feeling in the world as a hitter. You square it up perfectly, and it's like you didn't even swing the bat. And there are times the ball feels heavy off your bat. You know it, but this is not one of those cases. He sent this one flying 114 miles per hour, so that's flexing your muscles a little bit.
And here it comes. And that one is inside ball 1. That one close, ruled a ball. 2-1.
1 strike.
That's towards center. Merrill under it. Makes the grab. 2 down. Here's the 3rd baseman, Jared Triolo. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Well, he threw that fastball right by him. Gives him a little bit of confidence, but in the back of your mind, you got to think, is he trying to set me up for later in this at-bat?
That one finds the corner, and it's 0-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fastball is outside. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Horowitz off of first with 2 away. And a swing and a miss, and he's up to 7 strikeouts. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Outside with a breaking ball. Knee high, that's in for a strike. To third, Triolo. In plenty of time to first. That takes care of Cronenworth.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Castellanos batting with 1 down. Takes a strike. Strike 2.
Just a little too quick on that. Front shoulder, front hip, front foot. Everything comes open. No way of making contact with that one.
Chopped left side. And a foul ball.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Just misses with that one. There's a swing and a drive. Back there. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. Now it's the second baseman, Song. Grounded out his first time up. Fastball for a strike. Song went deep in his most recent game. That one the other way. Makes the catch, inning over. Padres go down. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Swing and a foul out of play. Lifted in the air, right field. Tatis under it. Hauls it in for the out. And there's one down. At the plate for Pittsburgh, Nick Gonzalez. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. So a man aboard now with one away.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Here's Joey Bart now. Down in the dirt, swing and a miss.
0-1's the count.
Check
Well,
swing, no appeal.
That's big right there, being able to check your swing. Think about the count swing. Instead of 0-2, he's sitting 1-1 against a really good arm.
Swings and misses, went with the sweeper.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Gonzalez over at first with one away. That one misses. 2-2. And that's outside.
3-2.
Got him looking. Strikeout number 8.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
So the Pirates batting order turns over, and now the Pirates leadoff man, O'Neal Cruz. Yeah, that's fouled off. Swing and a miss. That is strike 2.
This game has been so tight. Feels like the next team to score will win it.
That one almost got him.
2 strikes.
Cut on and miss. Struck him out. That's his 9th strikeout so far. So no runs here on a base hit. No error. Back here in San Diego, John Shambi with my buddy Chris.
He gave up 14 runs.
To the plate now for Pittsburgh is the DH. 0 for 2 in this one. This is a.
What? Why don't we start these other guys?
True 5-tool guy. Not very many of them out there, but when he's on the field, you can't take your eye off of him. This to third, and it goes just foul.
Fans come to the ballpark to watch him play. And in baseball, to have such a talented player going out there every day and putting on the show that he does, just a joy to watch.
And a big swing and a miss. Hits for average power, the ability to field the arm, and then the speed. Really impressive. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, he's on a great run of strikeouts and showing excellent control.
He only has 5 earned runs.
Controlling command, not walking opposing batters. You know, this offense, they've got to find a way to break his rhythm. Put the bat on the ball, maybe try to bunt for a base hit, get him off the mound, moving around, step out, something to interrupt his timing because he's coming right after these guys.
Next offering upstairs.
Definitely a frustrating day for the offense, but when they look at it, this guy's had his best stuff. Been painting the corners, working on the edges and changing speeds. Just a difficult one.
Gave up 14 runs, bro. I simulated the 5th inning and got 14 runs.
Tip your cap.
Base is empty, 1 away, and we're the top half of the 6th. That's a strikeout. Good looking sweeper there. Chris, 3rd time through the order, and a couple of quick outs for the starter.
Yeah, he's been very frugal today, economical with the pitch count.
Hit in the air, center field. And that is that. Welcome back, and take a look at some hot hitting in this series as we check out the numbers.
Now pitching for Pittsburgh, number 41.
And first offering is fouled off. Clevenger winds and deals. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-2. And that's a strikeout looking. Couldn't pull the trigger on a fastball at the knee. It's a bit of a blowout now, which gives us a bit more freedom here in the booth.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
Singy, did anybody ever give you the silent treatment?
I don't remember that they did. I think they were pretty cool with me in terms of celebrating my rookie year. First home run came in Anaheim against the Angels, and I always love to watch now, though, especially when that player is unsuspecting. You know, some guys, they've been around long enough to know there's a good chance I'm going to get the silent treatment. But when that player's maybe been grinding it out for a little while and finally gets that home run, is expecting the big lift coming into the dugout, and they just stonewall him, it's awesome.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Not the best location with the fastball on strike 3, but when you're pumping high 90s, you'll get away with some of those, more margin for error. You know, the fastball has become such a huge strikeout pitch in the sport, and I think a lot of it has to do with all the attention and emphasis on improved spin rates. These fastballs are just exploding out of the pitcher's hands and jumping through the zone.
And it's strike 2. Every once in a while, they'll work that same trick on a veteran player. If, say, he's been cold or hasn't hit a home run in a long time. And that's always fun when you don't see it coming at all, and everybody in the dugout goes crickets on him.
Yeah, and that veteran player's usually got a response for those individuals with one or the other hands.
Now the number 2 hitter, 0 for 3 in this one. First pitch doesn't find the zone. That was your worst start one year. Didn't you start like 3 for 33 or something?
Oh, it was awesome. It was, I mean, it was awful. Not awesome. It was awesome.
Not so awesome.
It was awesome for pitchers facing me, but it was awful for me. It sounded like some type of deal at a fast food restaurant, like 3 for 33 or something.
That misses the zone, and it's 2-1.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
That misses the zone, And now it's 3-2.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Good battle here, about to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Runner takes off, and they'll do it again. Runner goes again. In there for strike 3. No throw, safe at second.
Easy swipe a second right there with no throw down. It looks like they're very focused on this hitter at the plate. I'm not sure if that'll be defensive indifference or a stolen base, but here's a chance to drive in a run.
Here's Marcell Ozuna. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Gloves it on the dive. Throws from his knees. And very nicely done for the out.
That was a great job of doing the math. He had the perfect angle. Diving stop completes the play, and that ends the inning.
Ready for the bottom of the 8th. And the batter now.
Start of a new month is a great chance to hit the reset button. Whether you're coming in hot or cold, getting that win today is a great feeling to continue through the rest of the month.
Well, this one is.
Oh, I'm gonna make some food real quick.
Live from historic Fenway Park in Boston. A great night for baseball ahead on the show. It's the Los Angeles Angels and the Boston Red Sox. All right, Singy, let's talk about the man on the mound. He has been lights out lately.
You're not kidding, Boog. I mean, look at these stats. He's got hitters guessing on every pitch. I'm excited to see if he can maintain his dominance in this one.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. So just about set and towing the slab here. It's Sonny Gray.
Yeah, and his whip tells you he's been pretty effective this year on the mound. I mean, opposing hitters having a hard time getting on base and then being able to really distract him and do damage in terms of getting around the base path. So they're taking the mound. This is a guy you want out there if you're his teammate, and I expect him to be good in this one.
First pitch. 7-10.
That one is blasted left field towards the monster. Into the monster seats and gone.
Oh.
The first batter of the game leaves the yard, and they grab the lead. It's 1-0.
Boog, his plan was to hit the ball hard, and he was going to figure out the rest later. You can't argue with those results. Oh, Well, you got to love a game that brings some action from the jump. And at the plate, he was looking for a pitch to absolutely drive. And, you know, leadoff hitters aren't up there anymore just working the count, trying to get on. They're looking to make some noise and do some damage.
And now, Nolan Shanuel. Here's a high fly ball out to center. And there's one down. All right, let's take a look at the Angels lineup. Seeing the numbers tell us this is an offense designed to swing it. They're not going to force a ton of action on the bases. And so obviously that is one of the focal points that we'll look at.
And you look at the quality of the at-bats because of the fact that the legs aren't a part of this game. They have to be very selective. Look for long pitch counts, grinding out at-bats, and really barrels to the baseball, because it's a lot easier to jog around the bases than for these players to sprint.
Late that time, and it's strike two. Today in Major League Baseball, we honor one of the greatest players in the history of the game, Lou Gehrig. It started in 2021, and today throughout Major League Baseball, we raise awareness for ALS, the disease that claimed the life of the great Iron Horse, Lou Gehrig. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Went back to the sweeper, and it was effective. 2 outs, base is empty. Now it's going to be Joe Adell. Swings and misses. 0-1. When you think about the impact of Lou Gehrig on the world of sports, consider this. His number 4 was retired after he passed from ALS. It is zips it across, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. Angels get one with a solo homer. It's now 1-0. Back here at Fenway, and on the hill in this one, Grayson Rodriguez. And Chris, he's hoping for some better fortune moving forward.
Yeah, he's definitely had a struggle so far this year, as evidenced by that inflated whip, but he's going to have to find a way to limit the base runners, put his team in a position to win a ball game. So we know he's prepared. We know this guy's a competitor, and we'll watch how he works in this one.
0-2 now. Out to short, Peraza. One gone, bottom half of the first. Caleb Durbin up next for the Red Sox.
Baseman, number 21.
Grounds one to short, Peraza. Here tonight, an efficient start to the home first, 2 away. 2 down, base is empty. Now at the plate, Trevor Story. And there's a strike.
No balls.
Story, multi-time All-Star, 32 years old, and he's been touching home plate quite a bit lately, scoring 8 runs over the last 10 games.
Balls. 2 strikes.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. On to the second from Fenway Park. It's the Angels 1 and the Red Sox 0. And we're back here at Fenway Park, top of the second. So in now for the Angels, Yoan Moncada. He's sitting on 99 career homers. We'll see if this is the moment to notch number 100. Swung on, belted. That's back. High bounce, takes it over the fence. That's an automatic double.
Well, this tends to happen more often in this park than others, and that short fence is just so inviting for hitters. You see a lot of balls bounce over for an automatic double when no one can run it down.
Swings here and drives one well left field, way back, and you can forget.
Oh, 2 green monster.
He'll circle the bases, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 3-0. He only needed 1 swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Well, he went up there 0-0 looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
Jorge
Why am I
Soler
playing
up at
this?
the
I was
plate.
supposed to go get some food.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
Slow roller to third. Tosses across to first. One away. That ground ball may have him back on track after the homer. Oswald Peraza getting ready to hit. 2 hits for him in yesterday's game. Up the middle. Story sends it over to first. And there's 2 away. 2 outs, base is empty. And stepping in is the speedy Kyron Paris. Swings through that one, out in front that time.
Filling up the strike zone hasn't been the problem so far. It's the quality of the strikes. That's been the real issue. And you look at the first inning, that's what we saw. Too many pitches out over the plate.
And fastball misses outside for a ball. Now 1-2. And there's a ball. Base is empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in. You're in game 1 of this 3-game set. Caught him looking for the K. Back here in Boston, we head. Welcome back, and some tough numbers on the mound over the course of this past month as we take a look. Smoked on the ground, a second. Handles, throws to first. Leadoff man retired here in the 3rd.
Now
fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
Shonowell now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. Tap back to the mound. On to first. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the 3rd.
Now batting, the center fielder, Mike Trout.
2 down, base is empty. Here's Mike Trout. Struck out swinging his first time. On the ground to third. Whips it across.
He's out.
Angels retired. 1-2-3. Set for the bottom of the 3rd. And stepping in for Boston, Ceddanne Rafaela. And first offering is fouled off. Rodriguez with some less than fantastic work on the hill lately. The pitch. Struck him out of the front door, breaking ball.
Boog, he was shopping at the buckle right there, the way that slider made him look. That was just nasty.
Christian Campbell stands in now and watches strike 1. Right side, and that squirts through. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Batting 9th, catcher, Matt
Thaiss comes up to hit here. In the dirt, but kept close. Safe at second. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in.
Campbell, the runner at second with 1 away. Outside low. Ball 2. Out to short. Peraza. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
Well, from the time you're a little leaguer, you're taught to hustle out of the box and give it a full sprint through the base regardless of how you hit it. And he didn't make great contact, but the effort was there, and he earns the base hit.
Duran batting for the 2nd time, and that's strike 1.
1-1.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at
That's
it.
a ball.
Breaking ball misses down and away.
2 balls.
Good spot for the hitter.
Strike.
Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
2 on, 1 out. Got him. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
Just locked him up right there for the 2nd out, and that's an at-bat he's probably going to be thinking about for a little while. Didn't pull the trigger. Not how you want to go down in an RBI spot, so now you got to hope your teammate behind you can pick you up.
2 on, 2 outs. And that one fouled off. In the dirt. And an excellent job keeping it right there. 2 outs. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men. Back here at the ballpark, coming off a tough series offensively, and a look at those numbers. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's one away.
Woo, he was all over that first pitch fastball, just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Moncada in the box with 1 away as he takes ball 1. 1 out, base is empty. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1. Moncada needs just 1 more homer to reach 100 in the big leagues. Swung on, popped up on the infield. Has a beat on it. Nabs it, and there's 2 down.
Yeah, and making it to 100 homers would be quite the career accomplishment for him. Out of the more than 20,000 players to take an at-bat in the majors, less than 5% have ever hit 100 dingers.
And that one is lifted in the air. Abreu sizes this one up, and that is that. Back here in Boston. Here's Trevor Story now. Rodriguez back to work. Hard on the ground to first. And he takes it himself for the out.
Now batting.
What about the fans at Fenway? Would they let you have it from time to time?
They're definitely intelligent baseball fans, which is awesome. They're not waiting for something to happen. They can smell a big inning or anticipate a situation setting itself up.
Contreras, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Missed with a changeup, and the count is 1-1.
One thing I found that was very cool was making a great play to end the inning and running off the field and getting a standing ovation, even at times when you're not a player on their team. As long as you're not winning, they will celebrate and applaud a great play on the field. These fans here, they love and respect baseball.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Yoshida in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike.
He's been known to jump all over the first pitch, so that seems like a missed opportunity right there.
The 0-1. Slider misses outside. Next offering is fouled back. That one almost got him. And that one inside, and it hit him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him.
Now batting.
Next to hit, Wilyer Abreu. Flied to right his first time. Abreu, a former Gold Glove winner, 25 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. That's back there. Gone! He sends it out of here. It's his 8th home run of the year. It's 3-2.
Lightning fast hands to be able to hit that velocity fastball on the inside part of the plate. In my experience, when you're looking out over the plate, allowing the ball to travel, it's pure reaction to hit a pitch in that location. That's a tremendous swing.
Next to hit, Cedar Rafaela. That's way outside, and that's ball one. Strike one.
Now, there's a certain point where you have to commit to what you think you see, and he guessed wrong right there. Nasty slider with just terrific bite at the end.
There's a strike.
See if he can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
And that is downstairs. And the count is even, 2-2. 2 out, space is empty. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Soler gets under it. And that is that. 2 runs for Boston on the home run. It's now a 3-2 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. That one finds the zone. That's strike one. Just missed.
1-1.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. That smash towards center. And there's one down.
Up next for the Angels, shortstop.
And the batter will be the
Oswald
shortstop,
Peraza.
Oswald Peraza. Grounded out his first time up.
So, Boog, you went to college in this town. What was it like for you being a college student and having the opportunity to bounce over here to Fenway Park and see some games?
Yeah, in fact, 1990, a couple of college classmates and I, we were in college. We bought standing room tickets, and then the next night got a chance to see the Red Sox clinch the East against the White Sox in that sliding catch in the corner by Tom Brudansky. The Red Sox would end up losing to the Oakland A's in the playoffs, but that's one of the things that I'll think about in terms of memories from going to college and going to Fenway.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. You got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
So 2 down now, and here is Kyren Paris. And that one is downstairs, and it's 1-0.
This is important. If he can go 1-2-3 here, will be a very positive sign for him and for his team.
That's off the mark. 2-0. 2 down, nobody on, and we're at the top of the 5th. Swings through that.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And a base hit. And that extends the inning.
Now batting, Designated hitter, Josh Lowe.
Josh Lowe, the next to hit. He's already homered in this game. And a swing and a miss there.
0-1.
Next offering is in for a strike.
One, two.
In the dirt. Paris off of first with 2 away. Sonny Gray checks on the runner. And he's back in easily. That one not close. 2-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Angels strand one, and it remains a 3-2 ball game. Back here at Fenway Park. Here's the second.
It's always nice to grab the opener of a series. You come into a new ballpark, and just sometimes things aren't as comfortable as what you've been used to. The mound doesn't look straight. The background isn't what you like, but they didn't let any of those things distract them. In fact, they looked like they were playing a home game. Excellent job to set the tone for this series.
A 5-3 final score in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shelby saying so long. From the home of the Pirates, we're at beautiful PNC Park. Interleague baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Houston Astros going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates. All right, Singy, let's talk about the man on the mound. He has been lights out lately.
You're not kidding, Boog.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And stepping in for the Astros, Jeremy Pena. Fastball for a strike. And we're underway in this interleague matchup.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed away.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Hit on the ground to the right side. Horwitz steps on the bag. One out in the top of the first. And now here's O'Neal Cruz.
So O'Neal Cruz is named after Paul O'Neal. That was his father's idol in baseball, so he named his son O'Neal. In 2022, they finally met each other when the Pirates played the Yankees in New York, and I'm sure that was a moment that O'Neal Cruz will never forget.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Number 99, the next to hit, takes outside. Wisniewski, a 6'3" righty, 27 years old, and he was a 6th-round draft pick back in 2019. Swings and chases a low one there.
Well, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. You talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
Ripped to short, snagged on a bounce. The throw to first, and 2 quick outs in the bottom of the first here tonight. 2 outs, base is empty. Marcell Ozuna, the next Pirate to hit. And a swing and a miss.
Well, you know, with 2 out and nobody on, it's going to take something special to get a run across. So why not? If you got some pop, swing for the fences.
Way out front for strike 2.
Well, he's been aggressive right out of the box, and a smart pitcher is going to play off of that, especially when you get to 2 strikes.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Bucks go down quietly, scoreless after 1. Back here in Pittsburgh, new inning getting started. So here's the Astros cleanup hitter, Jose Altuve. Inside, just missed.
Altuve always seems to be setting records or reaching milestones, Boog. In 2023, he became the fastest player to reach 2,000 career hits, 200 home runs, and 200 stolen bases in MLB history.
Ed Drummond, our umpire behind the plate in this one.
Yeah, Boog, he's a really fair umpire, both the pitchers and the hitters. So standard strike zone, he's consistent with it. And the great thing is you don't see players question the calls too much. So that's a good thing in this day and age. Well, that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie, and you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard, and it gets plenty of bite on the end.
Fouled off left side. Skeens, he's the kind of starter that a lot of pitching coaches and managers as well really appreciate. Not a guy who's going to get himself into trouble by dancing around, by walking guys. He's in at second with a 1-out double.
Yeah, he throws strikes, and you know he's got the command, be in the zone, be effective, but just moving the ball around, getting the ball back from the catcher, Boog, and throwing the pitch.
Carlos Correa in the box now. No balls and a strike. On the ground to the left. Tosses to first. That takes care of Correa. It's an interesting thing when you consider limiting walks. Is it more important today because of how many home runs are being hit?
No doubt. Keeping guys off the base paths with the way the swings and the launch angles are today, the emphasis of hitting home runs is so huge. It's never been more important.
Yeah, I think the other part, though, as well, is it goes both ways, because I think that pitchers at times are more than willing to give up walks because they'll come back and strike the next guy out. Man at second. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the third out. Back here at PNC Park, and now Brian Reynolds. Wisniewski back to work. Just missed. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
He was all over that one. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. That's out to center field. Myers under it. Makes the catch. One down. So next to the plate for Pittsburgh, Spencer Horwitz.
He's been on fire at the dish lately. Hits in each of the last 6 games.
That one fouled off. Reynolds, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Horwitz with a homer in his last game. Hey! Struck him out looking.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. He got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
Fly ball down the line. And that's a foul ball. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Bottom half of inning number 2. Just off the outside edge, and it's 1-1. Just missed.
2-1.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Loperfido on the move. And he makes the catch. And that ends the inning. Back here at the ballpark, coming off a tough season. Welcome back. They have been lights out on the mound the past month. Here is a look at the numbers.
Gonzalez.
Swings and misses. 0-1.
0-1.
In the air, right side. And that drops foul. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expect expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
Joey Bart stands in now, looks at that one inside.
1-1, no strikes.
1 out, base is empty. Next offering upstairs. And another ball.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if they'll walk you.
In the air, foul off first. Walker makes the grab for the second out. Back to the top of the lineup. O'Neal Cruz will hit next. First pitch, and he just misses.
Two balls, no strikes.
That's down and in. Late swing, foul to the left. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
Comebacker to the mound. Fires over to first. 3 up, 3 down. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the... And welcome back to the ballpark. John Chavi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, number 99. Oh, he doesn't get the call. 1-0.
Counts 1-0.
Right through there for a strike. Swing and a miss. Looked off balance that time.
1 ball.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
And a swing and a miss. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. Marcell Ozuna coming up to hit.
Ozuna.
And ball 1. Ozuna working on a massive campaign right now, putting up some big home run numbers. And that one just missed off the outside edge.
Well, we've seen him flex some impressive power this season, and there's still a lot of time to go. If he can keep up this pace he's on, we could be in for something really special.
3-0.
Home team down a run. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And that one clips the corner.
3-2.
Here's the pitch to Ozuna. Battling here as he fouls it away. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. Going back on this one. Relay to third. The tag out.
Absolutely perfect execution of the relay right there to cut him down at third. And he probably should have shut it down at second base and been happy with the double, but it took a great play to get him. You just have to tip your cap.
Swing and a pop-up. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. And 1. And we're back. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Standing in is the power hitting second baseman, Brandon Lowe. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Drilled to right, way back there, and that is gone. That was blasted to the moon. His 17th of the year, and we are tied. It's 1-1. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth.
Let's break out the StatCast numbers. At Singy, it tells us this home run was projected at more than 450 feet.
Yeah, and not many players can hit home runs as far as this one. That's a special feeling, and I'm sure he was giggling a little bit as he was jogging around the bases. That was one heck of a swing he put on the baseball.
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Flashes the leather on the running catch. And there's one down. Jared Triolo, the next Pirate to hit. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a drive, deep right field. That's back. And it bangs off the top of the wall.
Now, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Line drive, base hit. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He scores and they have the lead. It's 2-1.
Comes through with the RBI. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
One down, runner at first. This is Joey Bart. He's 0 for 1. And a foul ball. Still only one out here in the inning. Swing and a miss. And that's strike 2.
Knowing that the
ball,
pitcher
2
wants
strikes.
a ground ball double play opportunity here, you've got to lay off pitches down in the zone. Right there, swinging at that pitch, that's a no-no.
In the dirt. Way inside.
So here we go. Base runner at first, could be running on the pitch. He's got good enough speed to steal the bag to get in scoring position, even if it's a swing and miss at the plate.
Now a screamer into the outfield. Alvarez makes the grab. 2 down. Up next for the Pirates, O'Neal Cruz. 0 for 2 in this one. And that finds the mark on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Next offering is fouled back. Gonzalez leads off first with 2 down to the inning. And down on strikes he goes. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one. Top 6. Angel De Los Santos into the game.
Well, he's been hit pretty hard at times this season, as you see with the big ERA. So this is an important outing for him to get on the right track.
Here's the left fielder. He's a guy who does it all. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. And the leadoff man aboard. Here comes Ozuna up to the plate. 1 for 2.
Hitter,
Runner on the go. Pitching for a strike. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. And that extends his lead for the most stolen bases in baseball. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Love to see it. Power versus power right there.
Misses off the plate. Going to count 1 and 2. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 6th. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. That missed by a lot. It's 2 and 2. Runner goes again. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Ground ball left side. Paredes. 1 away, bottom of the 6th.
Deceptive slider right there. Stayed in the tunnel a long time. Got that hitter out front, rolled over it, put it on the ground.
Ryan Reynolds here. On the ground, right side. Altuve handles it to first. Now 2 away as they get a run across. Hung up in a rundown now between third and home. There's the tag. Back here at PN.
I thought there was 2 outs.
Now pitching for Houston.
Bennett Sousa gets the ball now.
62.
Well, walks have certainly been an issue for him this season, so we'll see what kind of command he has.
Swinging a foul straight back. And that one hit to first. And he handles it himself for the out.
Now batting, first baseman.
And here's the first baseman, Spencer Horwitz. Pitch misses there. Ball 1. Sousa, a 6'3" lefty, 29 years old, and he was a 10th round pick back in 2018. And 1-2.
All sliders so far in this at bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
1 down, base is empty. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Slider got him for strike 3. Now the third baseman, Jared Triolo.
Drove it off the wall last time, just missed out on a home run.
And first offering is fouled off. The pitch. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. 2 outs, base is empty. Blows the high heat past him. That's a strikeout. Nothing doing here for Pittsburgh. We're at the top of the 8th, and now it's Christian.
Now pitching for
The
Houston.
Astros turn to a new arm on the mound, Brian Abreu.
And he's been hit pretty hard at times this year, so he's looking for better. Right now, giving up more than a hit per inning.
Here's a
Nick
swing
Gonzalez.
field, and he knew it.
Let's go, Nick. Let's go, Nick.
He'll touch them all, and they add on. It's 3-1.
Let's go, Nick. Gonzo.
Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one, and you know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
Here's Joey Bart now. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a ball drilled center field. Makes the catch for the out.
Up next for the Pirates, center fielder.
Here's the center fielder, O'Neal Cruz. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. And first offering is fouled off. That one missing inside. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. One down, base is empty. That misses, and the count is 2-2. Outside. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Lined into left center, and that should be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second, and he's in with a stand-up double.
Congratulations, Emil.
One out, runner at second. Now the left fielder.
Number 99.
Really interesting to see him continuing his career as a two-way player at the major league level. Definitely always a topic of conversation around the game.
Because it's so rare in baseball history, it gets people excited. He's a great athlete to be able to do this kind of thing.
And there's a foul ball.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
Swing and a miss,
Bro,
and he got
my play
him.
is so
Out.
trash.
Number 2.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically, he likes to shoot the ball the other way. But that time,
he gets the intentional walk here, and now a force at any base with 2 gone. First and second, 2 outs. Brian Reynolds, the next Pirate to hit. 1 for 3. Right through there for a strike.
0-1's the count.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fast. Ball slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Next
1
pitch
ball,
way
2
upstairs. And the slider just misses.
2 balls,
Really good
2
take,
strikes.
especially with 2 strikes.
Ground ball right side. Throws to first in time. And they take care of it. All set to.
Now.
Well, this turned out to be an exciting, very well-played game. Always feels great when you can take the lead in the 8th at home. Come out in the 9th, the crowd will be behind that pitcher as he tries to get those final 3 outs.
The right field is gonna make me tired.
Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Houston Astros going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates.
I've been watching.
We have an absolute treat on tap today as two of the game's best pitchers go head-to-head, Singy.
Yeah, and when these two are on, it's nothing short of...
First pitch coming at you right after the break. And now the DH.
This is all about situational hitting. It's crucial in this spot. Do whatever it takes to put the ball in play, and hopefully you find a gap in the defense.
Hard liner. He's got it. Runner tags from third. And they'll score first. It's 1-0.
That wasn't your standard sac fly. He barreled that baseball. Just couldn't get it to drop in.
So 2 down. Next is the Pirates DH.
Number 99.
And that's outside. 2 out, space is empty. And he chases a high fastball there.
Really consistent release point. He's been able to pitch up and down and have excellent command at both locations.
Got him looking. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Bucks go down quietly. Bottom of the 6th. And now number 99. Brown back to work. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
He's going to have to make sure that he stays patient because he is the focal point in that lineup. They're going to pitch him tough. They're going to pitch around him. And when he doesn't see other guys doing anything, what you can do is become a little too aggressive and chase out of the zone.
Up and in, and the count 1-2.
See if he can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading the count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
Fires across the diamond. 1 up, 1 down. To the plate now for Pittsburgh is the DH. He's got some power, no doubt.
Number 99.
Swing and a miss. And that's strike 1.
No ball, 1 strike.
Next offering misses down and away.
1-1.
Here's a rocket out to left. Oh, he can't hang on. Throw cut off to second, but he's in there easily.
You know, line drives are tough because they can sink on you. They can even have some ride and go over your head if you take a false step in. Sometimes they can knuckle. So I'm not sure if that was the problem right there. Could have been the lights as well. Sometimes you see the ball all the way until the very last second. It disappears and it gets real scary.
Here's the pitch to Ozuna. Runner breaks for third. In the dirt, blocked. And he steals third without a throw. And that's another stolen base for the league leader.
I'd say an aggressive roll of the dice there to steal third in this spot, but they felt good about it, and it worked out. Now the game plan changes a little bit at the plate to get that go-ahead run home. The defense might pull the infield in.
Popped up right side. Loperfido coming on. Brings it in with a nice running grab. And there's one down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitch pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Line drive caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Popped up. Paredes. Drops into the glove. That is the inning. So runner at second, 2 down. And next is the designated hitter. And that misses. Ball 1. Line drive. Myers.
What
snags
the
it on the
fuck?
run. So 1 left for Pittsburgh. Score remains tied 1-1.
That's crazy.
And welcome back to the ballpark. All set for the bottom of the 11th. Here's Marcell Ozuna. Bounced it. He breaks for third. The throw. Tag. And he's out.
That's just a poor decision right there. Well, I love the fact they didn't quit. They had to do a little extra work tonight to secure